Yo, what up, everyone? My name is Brian Blumenfeld. I'm from San Francisco. I'm at Teachers Crypto on Twitter. I'm also at Proton_News. Today is the 5th episode of Proton News Network, PNN. Today's episode is called WebAuth.com Proton Wallet 2.0, plus Proton Will is here. Marshall and the executive team at Metal make history. And I'm super pumped on today's episode. We have a lot to cover. I hope you guys stick around to the very end. We're doing a massive NFT giveaway, and all the details will be given at the end of the episode. But I want to say a special thank you to Paul Gray. He made our amazing graphic design for today's episode, and he also donated an incredible gift to our community, which will be the top prize of today's NFT giveaway. And there's just no words that I can say to thank Paul enough. He's a dear friend of mine and an amazing community member, and I don't know what our Proton community would do without Paul Gray. So thank you, Paul. I'm going to start today's episode by talking about the account growth. There's over 146,000 accounts on Proton now. Last night on @Proton_News, I wrote on October 14th, 2021, Proton accounts hit 60,000. Today, 67 days later, on December 19th, we now have over 145,000 accounts on Proton. Let's continue to remind our friends and family to get Proton Wallet @names, download the new WebAuth.com, and give it a 5-star review. I continue. An impressive over 85,000 accounts have been added since October 14th, 2021, 67 days ago. This means about 1,273 accounts have been added each day over this period. And there's 5 new coins on MetalPay: Filecoin, THETA, Phantom, AAVE, and Curve. And so now MetalPay has 57 cryptocurrencies available. And not to mention, you can buy BTC, XPR, TUSD, and Metal for 0% fees. Yeah, that's Metal. And MetalPay is amazing. It's the best fiat off and on-ramp. And you experience 1% fees for all trading in the 57 cryptocurrencies that they now have, and 0% fees for the cryptocurrencies that I just mentioned: BTC, XPR, TUSD, and Metal. And then if you hold over 10,000 Metal on your MetalPay account, you have 0% fees for all cryptocurrencies. So it's truly an amazing platform. And they continue to add impressive coins to offer, and with strong communities and great projects. So it's really wonderful. There's over $1.6 million in sales on the Proton NFT marketplace. The Proton price is currently 1.762 cents. The Metal price is $2.04. The loan price is at 0.00061. And the mint price is at 0.00353. And we're going to get right into the historic moment that happened on December 13th. And here's a post from Irina on LinkedIn. It says, "Here is what Marshall Hayner had to say about our donation and why this is so important to America. By the way, you can donate in any crypto via Proton Chain Wallet. Our Metal team is ready to help." And here's Marshall, and he's speaking at the First Bank of the United States, and it's a very historic moment.
Thank you, everyone, for coming out today, and I just want to say what an incredible experience it is here to visit the First Bank of the United States and to meet all you wonderful people here today. I want to thank Senator Toomey for coming out, Cynthia and Tom, and Independent Historical Trust for everything that you guys are doing for restoring this national landmark. When I think about cryptocurrency and blockchain and what Lee and I are working on, I really feel like it is revolutionary, like you said, and it is carving a new path. And when I look to this amazing building and our founding fathers and the founder of this bank, when Lee first approached me and said, "How would you like to help restore this bank?" I was so excited because I felt that this was a revolutionary moment when this building was first created. And I believe that it is such a critical piece and landmark to Philadelphia history as well as our country. And so it's really an honor today to be here and opportunity to provide cryptocurrency donations, and it really doesn't stop just with Proton and metal and metallicus, but all different types of cryptocurrencies from around the world could flow in to donate here to the Independence Historical Trust and the First Bank. So I urge all the cryptocurrency people watching this to make a donation and help fund the restoration of this amazing landmark building. Thank you.
Thank you, Marshall, and I hope everyone really listened to that. Irina writes another post on LinkedIn. It says, "What an honor and privilege to meet here and speak to Senator Pat Toomey, Republican Senator from Pennsylvania, at Metal Team's donation to the Independence Historical Trust. Very impressed by the Senator's forward-looking views on crypto, regulation, and his deep understanding of the blockchain technology. Proud to be an American. Thank you." And here's Pat Toomey speaking as well.
Our use of money from the days when money consisted mostly of metal coins in a little bag, then depository notes issued by private banks, and then, of course, privately notes issued by the Federal Reserve. Now we take for granted things like credit cards and wire transfers, and something that is still very, very new, which is this fascinating emerging technology that I think is going to transform finance and maybe much of our economy. And so here we have in this donation, in the form of a cryptocurrency donation to this almost ancient bank, a real meaningful contribution to our country's history, but also a symbolic reminder of the evolution of money in our society, an evolution that is going to continue, and that the federal government is going to have to figure out how to come to terms with as technology never rests. So congratulations to everyone who's part of this great development today. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
So just an incredible moment and historical moment in time. And we played Natasha Brown's news clip on episode 4, which was released on December 13th. And it was a really awesome report. And we saw them make this transaction and the celebratory moment here where it's received on the phone. And there's over $100,000 in XPR that was sent. And it's just incredible. So Marshall writes, "On this historic day, Metal core developer of Proton blockchain and the MetalPay app, along with the Independence Historical Trust, Senator Toomey stood on the steps of the First Bank of the United States, making a commitment to restore this great national landmark." And the Independence Historical Trust writes, "History being made on the steps of the First Bank of the United States. Thank you at Metal Pays Me and at Proton XPR for your generous support. We can't wait to welcome everyone to the restored space when the building reopens as a museum. And we are proud to have," and Metal's official Twitter writes, "We are proud to have created a historical first with the Independence Historical Trust to restore the First Bank of the United States with a donation in Proton XPR. It's fitting that crypto plays a role in preserving the financial history of America as we work to build the future of finance for the web." And so this is an incredible moment, and I really hope everyone listened to what Marshall just said. He kind of urged us to support this cause and continue the donations. And I hope everyone takes that to heart and really listens to him. And I urge our community to continue to make more and more donations. And it doesn't matter if it's big or small, but it's very important that more people do it. And I wrote, "At Independence Historical Trust, this is incredible. What a historic moment. No words can express how proud of the entire MetalPay team and Proton team we are. How would our wonderful Proton Army contribute to such a noble cause? Does the Independence Historical Trust have a Proton name that they could share with us?" And so they do. It's INHT is their official wallet name. And Proton's official Twitter replies to me and says, "ID INHT. anyone can make a donation. XPR, X tokens, and NFTs accepted. And so I instantly made a donation, and I sent 7,000 XPR to the inht wallet address using my Proton wallet. It instantly sent because there's 4,000 transactions per second, and here it is. And so I posted that to Twitter, and I replied, and I said, thank you at Marshall, at Proton, at MetalPay, at Independence Historical Trust. Let's go, full send. And at Proton is the Way writes, not only is the Proton team, but the XPR community is also contributing towards the Independence Historical Trust. Amazing team, amazing community. And he's totally right. And our friends Proton UK also donated 10,000 XPR for this noble cause. And that's a really significant donation by them. And I say amazing. At Proton UK, the first block producers for the United Kingdom on the Proton blockchain, just sent a 10,000 XPR donation to the Independence Historical Trust. If we all send donations, big/small, it will have a huge impact. Consider using your short staking rewards or whatever you can afford. So like maybe you just use your short staking rewards for one day and you send that over to the inht wallet, and you have a historical blockchain donation that you just made to help restore the first bank of the United States. And if you saw, it's just an amazing building, and the whole Metal team and Proton team have created this this unique way that we can all make donations from around the world. You know, like they're from England and they're making this donation. Paul's from New Zealand. He sent in 10,000 XPR. So people from around the world are making historical donations, and I encourage more Americans to do that as well. And even there is an amazing donation by the CrypFennecs DAO. So a donation has been made by the Fennec DAO to the Independence Historical Trust. Anyone can make donations to the Independence Historical Trust to help restore the first bank of the United States. And at Joseph Frank writes, I hope you guys follow him. Really pleased to announce the CrypFennecs DAO has joined at MetalPays me to donate to the @IH Trust, which aims to provide much needed restorations to historical American landmarks. And I write, big donation today by the CrypFennecs DAO. Protonians, let's rally and honor what the Metal team did. Donations to the IH Trust can be made here, INHT. This would be amazing if we help do this as a community with Proton, XPR, X tokens, XUSDC. Any donation is very meaningful. And I really believe that. And we have over 146,000 accounts now. And so if all of us just contribute, like what if all of us did $1 or whatever you can afford, even one Proton, like this person here sends in one Proton, but that's meaningful. It's recorded on the blockchain and they're helping contribute to this cause. And here are all the donations so far. It's very impressive. And I thought this was really neat. James Grill, he writes, your very first NFT. Here is a link to the high resolution version of it to use it however you want. And it's this beautiful design, and it looks like it's like they're new founding fathers of this historic bank. And he puts the date here, December 13th, 2021. And here's James's Twitter account. It's at Abstracts NFT, and he writes, this NFT was the first donated to the Independence Historical Trust. Today I listed the second of 3 in an auction for the next 7 days. 100% of the proceeds will be donated to the Independence Historic Trust wallet, so INHT. Help spread the word. This is for a good cause. Let's show how strong our community is. So James is on my page, and I hope more and more people are encouraged by what Marshall's words just told us. And this is a really important cause. It's very noble, and I really hope that more and more people do this. And so James provided the link to this auction in that tweet, and I made the first bid, and I hope I don't win it, actually. I mean, I would love to win this NFT and contribute more to the INHT, but I hope we bid this up and that a more substantial donation is made, and whoever owns the NFT will have a proud collectible and momentum, or just a collectible that will be able to serve as a memory of their historic donation to the First Bank of the United States. And so he writes, the first bid's in, and I write, all right, here we go, let's go. So I put in a bid of $111, and I'll keep bidding if no one else does, but I hope more people will bid on that. And it's a very innovative way of fundraising. So congratulations, James, and thank you. And thank you to everyone that's already made a donation. And as I mentioned, all donations are significant and impactful. And I'm not going to try to focus on politics really at all on this channel, but I think it's important to address. There's several Democrats like Senator Warren who are anti-blockchain, and they seem to have a terrible stance on blockchain technology, and it's, in my opinion, it's sort of like being against the internet like in 1995. It's kind of like an ignorant stance, and it's just full of propaganda, their messages. So I completely disagree with what Senator Warren's stance is. And so does Tom Emmer, who's a representative of Minnesota, I believe. And he writes, bad take, and he reposts a tweet that Senator Warren, evidently she's proud of the way she acts, but I'm not going to even play this video. I don't want you guys to suffer through it, but she says here, stable coins pose risks to consumers and to our economy. They are propping up one of the shadiest parts of the crypto world, DeFi, where consumers are least protected from getting scammed. Our regulators need to get serious about clamping down before it's too late. And it's just BS, really. It's garbage. And I write on LinkedIn, we need to protect blockchain technology and create laws that don't stifle innovation, but instead protect innovation, our economic freedoms, and individual liberties. I support senators like Senator Toomey and Representative Emmer, who are both Republicans. And here's Senator Pat Toomey, and he replies to a CNBC clip that he was featured on that's like around a minute long, and it says, stablecoins are an exciting new technology that create opportunities for faster payments, expanded access to the payment system, programmability, and more. I hope my colleagues will join me in working to create a sensible regulatory regime that allows this innovation to thrive.
About stablecoins today, and this is important because you are concerned that the administration at this point is perhaps taking some measures or advocating taking some measures that would impinge on stablecoins, on their growth, on their ability to innovate at this point. What do you think's happening?
Exactly right, Becky. Well, so first, I want to say this is a really exciting new technology. It creates opportunities and possibilities for faster payments, for over time, I think, for virtually free payments. There's the programmability, which is, I think, going to be a very, very exciting innovation in finance. So what I want to do is make sure we don't do anything to stifle this tremendous technology. The President's Working Group came out with a report that you may be aware of, and they recommend that all stablecoin issuers must be insured depository institutions. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me for a lot of reasons, because especially most fundamentally, stablecoin issuers in many important ways do not look like banks and so should not be subject to bank regulation. So I'm going to release later today a set of principles that I would like to see as the guideline for the legislation we should develop. We're going to hear today from experts and participants in the market. And I hope we're going to end up with a sensible, thoughtful regulatory regime that allows this innovation to thrive.
That's stable.
So senators like Warren really don't get it, and they need to get voted out. And people like Senator Toomey and Representative Emmers need to be supported because they understand this technology that's providing innovation, and it's necessary for us to have it to compete with the rest of the world, and for people like Marshall Hayner and the team at MetalPay and Proton to keep innovating and developing and making our lives better. And we're investors in this type of technology, so we can't have politicians like Senator Warren up there trying to stifle innovations like blockchain technology. It's really ridiculous. And so this is incredible. WebAuth.com launches the new Proton Wallet 2.0. So meet WebAuth.com, the official Proton Wallet 2.0 client, live today in the apps and Google Play Store. WebAuth.com is the new industry standard for device authentication, identity management, payment processing, and cryptocurrency transactions for Web 3.0, built on the Proton blockchain. And you can try it now on Android or iOS. And there's this great article on the protonchain.com's blog, and I encourage everyone to really read it. And it tells you all about how they named it, and what makes it so great, and how amazing it really is. And I'm going to read this thread that the official Proton Twitter released, and it says, in a world where passwords can be stolen and devices can be lost, your account should be secured with no less than your own biometric data, something that can never be lost or stolen. WebAuth.com is the new industry standard for device authentication, identity management, payment processing, and cryptocurrency transactions for Web 3.0, built on the Proton blockchain. Why the name WebAuth.com? We built WebAuth.com as the gold standard for multifunction authentication and two-function authentication method and decentralized identity verification, attestation across industries globally. For that reason, we elevated our vision above the usual terms such as wallet. The new WebAuth.com app is the same Proton Wallet you know and love, but with major updates. Multi-account support, stake crypto, multi-network support, built-in exchange tab. And the thread continues, compared to the most popular 2FA, Google Authenticator, WebAuth.com proves to be superior in many aspects. So it works on mobile and desktop, unlike Google Authenticator that needs a phone, has a secure way of backing up your account, and no timed authentication codes, or OTP. We'll be sharing more updates, how-to videos, and details as we work to make WebAuth the definitive Web3 wallet. Stay tuned. And just very impressive that they released this before the new year. And I hope everyone's downloaded it and given a great review on either the Google Play Store or Apple App Store. And here are some tweets from Will, who is the marketing manager of MetalPay and Proton. And here's a tweet from Noel Mack. It says, it's all LFTs and NFTs right now, isn't it? And Noel is the chief brand officer of GymShark. And GymShark is a British fitness apparel and accessories brand. And it's headquartered in England. It was founded in June 2012. And in 2020, the company was valued at over 1 billion euros. So an incredibly powerful and robust company. And Will replies to their chief brand officer, Noel Mack. He says, we prefer NFTs. So we put $500 of crypto into your GymShark at Proton XPR wallet at Noel Mack. can we talk so I can give you the wallet private keys? Ready to donate the next sweaty selfie campaign. GymFi, NH Shiros. And so there's over 29,000 of XPR, which is over $500 worth of Proton. And Noel writes, whoa, what's a Proton? And Will replies to him, this is a Proton XPR times GymShark NFT. And I think Paul made this, and it's this really next level 3D hat that has the GymShark logo on it, and it's epic. And he says, Will continues, it lives on the Proton blockchain just like the 2 GymShark NFT caps we just made for you and Ben Francis, who's the co-founder of GymShark. You'll need a wallet on Proton to use for us to send them to you. Only 2 in the world, so only 2 were minted. And here Will continues and he says, it's all yours. GymShark NFT, view it here. And he provides the link for the glbdx.com and the item so that they can view it. And Ahmad, our friend who works at Metal and Proton, he's the customer support manager. He writes, manifesting at GymShark times Proton XPR. Dream Team at Will Cleaver. And so Will's just already launching the marketing campaign, and he's incredible, and we should all support Will. And he writes here, heading out to shoot some content early tomorrow morning. And he writes, this is Rafiqat. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, from Pakistan. Yesterday, I'm going to call him Rafa for short. Yesterday, he helped us with some filming in the desert. He didn't have a bank account or an email address. He now has a Proton XPR wallet and holds XPR. So at Rafa QAT is his account if you would want to thank him. And so here's a great picture of Will and Rafa, and he has over $100 of Proton he's showing us. And a bunch of us in the community sent some crypto to Rafa. And so I sent 500 XPR. Ahmad sent 1 XMT. Proton UK wrote, hey Will, give us a hint what you are filming. Say hi and thank Rafa. Also tell him to check his balance. Wink. And Proton's official Twitter has an emoji with a zipper on it, so it's like silent, so they can't say what's going on. But we know Will's working hard, and he started the next chapter. And here he writes, an unbelievable event delivered for the Formula One in Abu Dhabi Grand Prix 2020-21. Blessed to have been a part of it, and blessed to meet the guy whose music has made such an impact on my life. Very excited for the next chapter. And we are too, and Paul made us this amazing graphic. And I know Will liked it too because we posted it on Twitter. And it's Will in a race in like a Formula One race car, and instead of and it has Proton chain logos on it, and it's just sick. And he writes here, we're looking for some of our awesome community to feature in a campaign. Got a movie star voice? Love Proton, Metal, and Loan? We want to hear from you from every corner of the world. DM me on Telegram, WillXPR. And at Morality Code, our friend, he writes XPR marketing and with like the love emoji. And it says, if you have a great voice, DM Will in the Telegram. Proton is looking to do some voice work. How cool would it be to provide some voice work for Proton? And so we replied to this, check out the new PNN YouTube channel. I'm putting out a new episode later tonight. Also check out this dope graphic of you, Proton Will, made by Paul Gray, at Supreme Beam, at NFT Artist X, at Proton NZ for episode 5. And he wrote, I have no words. And he loves it just as much as we do. And so thank you, Paul, again. It's just awesome. And we're super pumped that Proton Will is here. And here's some tweets from Marshall. And he writes, after the super successful launch of WebAuth.com, which upcoming launch are you most excited about? This is from the Proton official Twitter. And it says fiat on-ramp on Proton, KYC on WebAuth.com, Proton Loan, or MetalPay EU. So I'm interested to see what people vote on and what's most voted on. But I'm excited about all of them. And Proton writes this yesterday. Happy Sunday. In case you missed it, some updates on groundbreaking month here at Proton and Metal. Launched WebAuth.com, donated 6.6 million XPR to restore the first bank of the United States, over 146,000 Proton accounts, 4.5 million XPR burned, XPR listed on CoinEx and KuCoin margin, and 13 new coins on MetalPay. So we all see the hard work that's going on, and we're very impressed. And thank you to the Proton and Metal teams for your continued hard work and incredible vision. And we're so excited about the future. Marshall says, retweet if you think at Mark Cuban would like Proton blockchain XPR with 0 gas fees, 4,000 transactions per second, decentralized identity, DeFi trading, lending, secure authentication, amazing NFT community, and a beautiful new wallet. And Will replies to Marshall and says, I know at Mark Cuban would love Proton blockchain. He replies to both Marshall and Mark Cuban. And MetalPay Help Center writes, never share your private keys. Sharing your private keys will allow a third party or malicious actor to unlock access to all of your funds. We will not be able to help you recover your funds, so never do that. And they actually make you say, I will never give my private key when you access your private key on the Proton wallet. So just don't expose your private key. And they have an article about keeping your WebAuth account safe. So I encourage people to read that. Here's at ProtonGhost_NFT. Thank you at Marshall Hayner for the wallet 2.0, aka WebAuth.com. Absolutely love it. If there is a feature that let you see the NFTs, it would be perfect. So that you can see this custom ghost I made for you. Smiley face, hope you like it. And Marshall writes, you are very welcome. Your satisfaction is the biggest gift we can be given. And so Proton Ghost made this personal NFT for Marshall, so it's very cool. And this is another dope graphic by Paul Gray. And it says over 3 billion XPR has been staked on Proton. That's $50 million value locked. And I'm assuming that number will keep going up as the price keeps going up. And MetalPay's official Twitter writes, psst, MetalPay offers 0% fees for buying BTC and Metal. And then Proton wrote a weekly reminder, you can buy XPR for 0 fees on MetalPay. So everyone should be using MetalPay. And at SwoleAir1, my friend Nick from childhood, he writes, I've been a part of the CrypFennecs NFT community for a week. Today we got paid passive income from the DAO just for owning them. By far the best NFTs that I own. Thank you, team, at HunterX and at Teachers Crypto. Well, the most of the thanks should go to Hunter and their team, and it's just incredible what they're doing. And people in the DAO, a VIP DAO payment was 10,000 XPR, over 10,000 XPR, so very impressive. Hunter has an insightful tweet here. It says, buying NFTs on the Ethereum chain with all the gas fees is like buying a landline cord phone before wireless phones were invented. I honestly see a similar pattern with NFTs, 0 gas fees like that on Proton chain will be what wireless phones are to landline phones. And I really, truly believe that's true. And that Marshall writes a tweet here. He says, Metal Team has been hard at work. And they really have been. And he says, up next, fiat. So I'm thinking like fiat on-ramp to your Proton wallet, KYC, loan, and Metal Pay Europe. And he says, if you know, you know. And here's when Lambo writes, some absolute alpha just been posted by Marshall in the Telegram. It's got like the eyeball emojis. And somebody asks like, hey, why do you guys not like meet with some blue chip companies? And Marshall replies, sat down with Apple recently and showed them webauth.com. They loved it. And then Marshall continues, especially as it made use of WebAuthn, which is like where their name came from, and Apple Keychain in a way they haven't seen before. So when the CEO impresses the entire Apple team, it's very, very neat. So Marshall's next level, and he continues to just be a tremendous leader and visionary for this entire ecosystem, and we can't thank him enough. Proton writes their official Twitter, good morning, Proton NFT creators and collectors. And this is a tweet from GLBDEX, and there's all these things that you can do on there, including textures, skins, skeletons, morph targets, all sorts of stuff. So GLBDX is next level. And here's a tweet. It says, Mark Cuban, is that yours? And a lot of us on Twitter, I don't know, I just saw this and I kind of thought it was his account. And it's at Cuban, but it turns out it wasn't his account. I said, whoops, I sent you an NFT. I thought it was you. And it turns out it wasn't. So Marshall replies, we should change that. Proton. And I reply here, please, Proton, metal, basketball, strong. And Mr. Cuban at mcuban, please reach out to Marshall Hayner, founder and CEO of MetalPay, Proton First Blockchain Bank. Let's get the Dallas Maverick NFTs on Proton with no gas fees, plus have payments at basketball games in XPR, wrap tokens like XUSDC with no gas fees, verified ID on a blockchain with an @name digital identity. And here's the advantages of the Proton market for NFTs and how it betters from other blockchains. And here's somebody who it looks like a customer support issue, and they go on Twitter and they're like begging Marshall to reply. And he says, dear Marshall, one of my close friends can't reach his funds in his Proton wallet. Please check your DM for help. A community member of Proton, if that's possible. It's great. I'd be grateful if you can help him. And this guy continues, my friend who has the problem already wrote a support ticket. So Proton's official Twitter reaches out and says, hey, can we, just email us, help@protonchain.com. And then Marshall enters the thread and he writes, it looks like your friend put his private key in the memo field, and the fantastic Pink Network X, a Proton blockchain producer, subsequently rescued it from any would-be malicious attackers. I'm sure the team will be able to get a new key added for him once he can prove ownership. So obviously his friend was new to crypto, and you never expose your private key, especially in a payment, like in a memo. I've never heard of anyone doing that, but this is really next level of this blockchain producer. They really saved the day, and Marshall and the team are so responsive and easing this guy's fears and concerns, and help your friends out if they're new to crypto. Don't just let them swim in the deep end and make mistakes like that. Try to make sure that you're helping your friends and make sure they know that private keys are never to be exposed and that they are to be protected, and no one should ever give their private key like that. So here's a tweet that says, there's a new Proton wallet in the App Store. Search for WebAuth to webauth.com to get it. And this Proton community member writes, he's at MHKL84. Why different app? Proton app should be upgraded. And he writes a sad face. But Marshall explains they are two completely different code bases. One is Swift/Kotlin, and one is React Native. So I'm not a coder, but my understanding is it would be like trying to upgrade analog to digital. It just can't necessarily, they're just two different systems. So that's why we have a WebAuth app, and we still have the Proton wallet as well. And our friend Corbin posted this gift of this guy going like, got him. And he writes, when Marshall says in the Telegram, we probably shouldn't expect the wallet update until sometime in January. And they obviously released it much sooner than that. And then Marshall replies to Corbin and he says, got him, and with a smiley face. So they're working hard and releasing stuff earlier than anticipated. And we thank the team for everything. Marshall replies to somebody he follows. It's this woman named Kalana Green. And she writes, everything organic. And Marshall writes with a lettuce emoji and 100. And at VenCatV_ writes, is this real or a scam? And they tagged me at Proton News and Marshall and some other people. And I instantly replied. It's this kind of sketchy Telegram conversation. And I think it was like an airdrop and all this weird stuff with the Trust and MetaMask wallet. And anyways, I said I would not interact with this channel. And then Marshall comes in and confirms and says some sort of scam, avoid. And so definitely be careful, guys. Nothing's for free, or I mean, some stuff is for free, but you really want to be careful. A lot of these Telegram groups are scammy and suspicious, and so only join like the official Proton blockchain Telegram group, which has like I think over 12,000 community members on it. And you know, just be very careful. Never, if anyone's asking you for like wallet information, just get out of there. Marshall's just constantly replying to people that are confused or having trouble, and he's just always engaging with our community, whether people have problems or are happy or whatever. And it's important that we all work as a community to prevent community members from participating in scams. And so Ahmad, our dear friend, writes, Proton XPR users do not fall for this scam. Do not give anyone your private key. Enter your private key in the official webauth.com wallet only. And luckily, this tweet is no longer available, so our Proton Army retweeted, liked, and reported this tweet and got rid of this malicious scam. And Ahmad writes, how do I migrate my original Proton wallet to the new webauth.com wallet? And here's an article from help.protonchain.com. And I encourage people to go to that website and check out that article. And Proton has completed another XPR burn, so almost 4.5 million XPR has been burned. And there's the transaction on the Proton blockchain. And it says, in case you missed it, make sure you download webauth.com. Webauth.com, the Proton 2.0 client, and your gateway to Web3 has some major updates. Multi-account support, built-in exchange tab, easy staking, multi-network support. And it's available on both the App Store and the Google Play Store. And Marshall retweets Proton's official Twitter Wondering how to get started with the metaverse? Ready NFTs on GLBDX powered by Proton. Check out this post on Reddit. And Proton's official blog, Twitter announces stellar USDC deposits and withdrawals have now been enabled on Proton. And Marshall retweets Koopa Troopa .eth. 2022 is the year of Web3 social. Your on-chain identity will be more important and accessible than ever. And so I hope you guys are using the Proton resources, and you can buy a .xpr name or a .btc or a .eth or many different chains, and it's like only 50 XPR, I believe. And here we have Happy Sunday. In case you missed it, some updates on our groundbreaking month. I already read that. And here's this next level post from Paul Gray, our friend in New Zealand. Proton Jetpack activated. Proton Metaverse, GLBDX. And here's Paul's video. Effing sick. And he writes here, Proton NZ, I hope you guys vote for him as a block producer. It says, there won't just be one metaverse, there will be many. So we started building two. So, really dope. Paul's just amazing. Marco writes this on LinkedIn. It is time to educate yourself about Proton if you haven't heard about it yet. The core contributor behind this project is Metal, led by CEO Marshall Hayner. Together with his team, he wants to bring crypto to the masses, and he's on a good way of achieving this by bridging TradeFi and DeFi. Personally, I'm specifically interested in the NFT sector. We are currently building an NFT marketplace with special focus on auctions, and his auction site is soon.market. And there's great auctions on there, and we love Marco, and he had this great article, and I'm going to post that in the description so that you guys have easy access to it. It's a great summary, and it says why we strongly believe in Proton ecosystem, X tokens, lending, metal dollar, and NFTs. And he writes, don't forget to sign up for our newsletter on powerofsoon.com and subscribe to our other social channels. We will keep you up to date with everything we do. And I love Captain Crypto. He says $1.79 XPR Proton. Do you see it? And this is an app you can use that says it's XPR with the market cap of Matic. And so the XPR price, if it was the same market cap as Matic, would be $1.79 and would 109 times its current price. And yeah, Captain Crypto is always giving us huge alpha, and we encourage everyone to follow him at _Captain Crypto. And he here's a post from at Morality Code, and he writes, Happy Holidays from Bear. He writes, He writes, Happy Holidays from Bear and I. He's far more bold than Bear for crypto in 2022. And it's this beautiful, adorable dog. And it's on a stuffed animal. It's a really cute picture. And I replied, Happy Holidays to you at Morality Code. You and Bear are both awesome. Bear is so adorable. I hope you caught episode 4 at the 22-minute and 30-second mark. We talk about the giveaway you won from at Captain Crypto. And at Captain Crypto replies to our tweet and says, appreciate the shout out at Proton_news. Keep up the great work with the accounts. As for the planned December Proton giveaway, I'm holding off until the new year. Keep the momentum going. I've got 150,000 XPR to give away at the start of 2022. So incredible giveaway that he's going to be doing in the new year. And I encourage everyone to follow at _Captain Crypto. He's just an amazing person, amazing Proton community member, and incredibly generous. That's just unreal what he's about to do. And he gave away 50,000 Proton to Admiralty Code recently in a November giveaway. And @Proton Chief writes, Layer 1 blockchain, smart contracts, no gas fees, instant transactions, 4,000 transactions per section, Web 3.0 wallet, staking and farming, NFTs, fiat on-ramp, crypto lend, wrap any crypto, and send for 0 gas fees, patents applied, banking license, Proton Swap decentralized exchange, metaverse ready, ETH lover, not killer. Great tweet. @London Crypto is now part of the Proton Army. He writes, I believe XPR to be one of, if not the greatest, undervalued layer 1 gem on KuCoin. And this guy has almost 180,000 followers on Twitter. And @Big City Crypto is also a new Proton family member. He writes, swapped all my BTC for XPR. It's going to make millionaires with a time emoji. So, and @Big City Crypto has almost 39,000 Twitter followers. @Morality Code writes, this was in response to What's a Proton that @Noel Mack and the tweets from Will Cleaver. And he writes, only the best crypto, good sir. Proton uses 0 gas fees and can do 4,000 transactions per second. Also, you can send it to @names like Venmo instead of crazy long wallet names. NFTs on the Proton blockchain are ultra cheap to mint compared to Ethereum. @Marshall Hayner created it, and Metals Pay. And Paul alerts our community, Paul Gray from New Zealand alerts our community, who else thinks that Shopify should support Proton Chain? And he replies to this tweet, and it says, we are taking a blockchain agnostic approach and have had drops on multiple chains like Ethereum, Flow, Polygon, with more to come. We work closely with several third-party minting app partners to make this happen. And this was in a long Twitter thread, and it says, use Shopify for your NFT drops. And it's a link to Shopify. And so they're launching NFT drops on there, and we really hope that Proton is added there. So Paul goes in this thread, please consider supporting @Proton XPR. No gas fees is helpful. And so we really hope that they listen to our community. And it's great when our community goes into these type of tweets and alerts these higher ups about Proton blockchain. And they know that we have a strong community and that it's a very desirable blockchain to use. @Proton Army reminds us, got an action item. Take a minute to leave a review for the new webauth.com app in the iOS and Android app stores. Links below. Hunter writes, Proton will surpass Ethereum and Solana one day. And @Proton_UK, Proton UK, writes a detailed guide on how to transfer Proton XPR between Proton Wallet and CoinEx. And our friend Corbin had a tweet that was trending. It says 1,000 times gem is trending, so only fitting that we promote XPR, the gas-free blockchain. And here's some more tweets from our community. This is a great meme because often people don't buy the undervalued asset and they buy it when it's properly priced or higher priced. So we all know that Proton is a gem and it's very undervalued right now, in my opinion. It's not financial advice. And it says this image will happen soon. There are 2 best times to buy and hold XPR. 1 is to buy when XPR appears. Number 2 is buy now. Don't miss your chance to get rich with XPR. And @Making Crypto Bacon, our friend Brian from Pennsylvania writes, I was trying to buy a microcap on MetaMask today, but had such a difficult time with slippage and liquidity that I bought another bag of Proton XPR instead. Ease of use is key to adoption and why Proton will rocket. Keep building bags at these prices. Great advice. There are many layer 1 blockchains But for payments, NFTs, interoperability, speed, super smooth apps, ease and fun, affordability, you cannot go past Proton. And that's from @JLikesBitcoin. And @Method Yoga is our new friend Reed, and he's a local here in San Francisco, and he runs a personal fitness business. And he wrote, "Will Formula Cleaver, let's do this. If you need some yoga, hit me up, champ. Local." And I wrote back to him, "I live in San Francisco. Do you guys accept Proton or X tokens?" And he wrote, "You bet. We will work for Proton or loan." And Reed's a great guy. We met up the other day and had some dinner, and it's neat to meet other Proton people. And if you live in San Francisco, I encourage you to reach out to me, and we can meet up and have a good time together. And I love meeting Proton people, and I love our community. Here, Proton UK newsletter number 6, so definitely sign up for that. And they have a website, protonuk.io. And here, are you using webauth.com? Because we are loving it. We are loving it. Super fast and intuitive to use. The masters at Proton did it again with the man himself, Marshall Hayner. Not sure what you're doing if you're not using Proton yet. Very true. Bruce, our friend in Australia, writes, "On my iOS mobile, I have downloaded and installed the new WebAuth wallet. I activated this account using my private key, and everything is working well." And Bruce writes another tweet here. "Who else besides me is excited about this? I don't think people realize how big this is going to be. What is webauth.com?" And then he provides the link to this article that I showed earlier, but I didn't read it to you guys. So I really encourage you guys to go on there and read it. And it says meet webauth.com. So it's on the protonchain.com's official site. And you click on their blog and it'll be right there. Here's @RichMartians. And cheap price, take advantage. And he gives a link to the Proton Slammers. And this really awesome Proton Slammer is listed for 5,000 XPR. And I love Proton Slammers and love Matt, the creator. And hopefully we'll do some more giveaways for Proton Slammers soon. John Asquith, he visited the ceremony or the celebration in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and he tags @MetalsPay, @Proton, @Marshall Hayner, @Senator Toomey, @Jason Brett, First Blockchain Bank and Trust. From a generous donation from Metallicus to the symbolism that is represented in this picture, quite a day to remember. This building represented the beginning of central banking. Or central, yeah. Anyways, absolute. Here's Isaac, absolute 10. UI is slick and responsive, key improved mechanisms for long-term adoption on Proton. So Proton wrote this tweet, "Good morning, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much are you enjoying the new webauth.com wallet?" And here's a tweet. It says, "WebAuth.com app, aka Proton Wallet 2.0, comes out right before Will Cleaver is about to launch the project's marketing campaign. Coincidence? Doubt it. Excited to see what happens next for XPR, fiat integration, loan, and partnerships." So we're really excited too. And here's a NFT marketplace update. There's over $1.6 million in sales, some substantial sales today, over around 20,000 NFT sales. Hunter writes, "So many things happening behind the scenes." And so Hodl Henry writes, "A steal for the price considering where CrypFennecs are headed." And Hunter writes, 1 million XPR in sales in 7 days. So now you can buy NFTs in not only XUSDC, but you can also buy it in XPR on the Proton Mint. And Lucky Trixie writes, well, New drops don't even last 24 hours. And Hunter, she reposted a tweet from Hunter, another hot purchase from Hodl Henry, and 5% sent to the Dow passive income with a target of 20K in March. Wow. So Eric Andre sold Proton Knights 006. The Lone Wolf was collected under a few minutes after listing it for 150,000 XPR. Thank you at Mr. Wrong Option 1. Wow. A beautiful NFT. Great project. And Hunter writes, CrypFennecs as of the 15th of December. Floor price is $4,000. Highest sale is $5,200. 332,000 in volume in 55 days. 167 fresh sales and 73 resales. So fantastic growth by the CrypFennecs NFT community and incredible DAO that they have, and amazing project. Power of Soon writes, smart people who know how to play the game at Teachers Crypto just picked up one of our lone Moon Boys. Others will follow soon. And thanks, Marco, for the compliment. I was doing some NFT shopping for today's giveaway, and I love your NFTs, and I bought a couple for me personally, which I'm not going to give away. And here's a Korean cap, and this is from one of the block producers in Korea, and they made an NFT that's 3D on GLBDEX, and it was reposted by Proton's official Twitter right before I made this video. And at Airman NFT wrote, hey, come check out this little turtle with wings. Great investment opportunity. And they wrote like a smile, like a laugh out loud emoji, and it's tagged South Park. And no, for real, little turtle with wings, grab it. And it's from South Park, and this sold out like really fast, and I missed out on this. Really cool NFT. And it's 3D, so it's on the GLBDEX. And here's at Nifty Man. Hey Brotons, I'm new to the Proton NFTs. Check out my latest NFT on GLBDEX, XPR. Thanks at Supreme Beam. So that's Paul's Twitter, one of Paul's Twitter accounts, for getting me started with the amazing NFT world on Proton. And here's Juth, writes at Bagheads NFT. 2,400 is the amount number one was bought for. So $2,400 USDC right here is the new most recent sale price, and $6,680 in sales yesterday, and over 19,000 in sales in just 10 days. This is just the beginning. Grab a bag. We taking over one bag at a time. So it's very exciting for Juth and the bag heads, and a great new NFT series and collection on the Proton NFT block on the marketplace. Huge shout out to Teachers Crypto, who just secured a 1-of-1 Bitcoin jetpack at GLBDEX. Thank you, Brian, for your support. Well, it's mutual, Paul. You always contribute to us, and I love you so much, and you're the best. So thank you so much for our amazing gift today for the top prize in the NFT giveaway. And I'm just going to read this quick tweet by at Protonsberg. Spike, at Marshall Hayner has officially joined Spike Club. Words cannot express how proud and excited the whole team is that this happened. Gives us reason to keep working hard and bringing quality NFTs to the Proton XPR and our community. The future is bright, Protonians. And Marshall bought a Spike. And here's our NFT giveaway. And we have this amazing NFT that was donated to us by Paul to our community. He gifted this to our community, and so the winner will receive the first place winner will receive this amazing NFT. The lowest on the marketplace is $25,000, and I have one of these tucked away that I'm not selling, And Paul actually gave me 2 others, and we'll do one each new episode. The next 3 episodes we're going to give away this as the top prize in our giveaway. And last night I purchased this for $99, and now there are none available on the marketplace for sale. And this is a Supreme times Proton NFT, and I believe it's redeemable at some point in time. And it's a Supreme hoodie with Proton XPR pack. I forgot to mention this is a super rare Proton jump sneaker that was made in 2021, may unlock access to future metaverse content. So you may receive airdrops and stuff from Paul in the future for owning this NFT. And there's only 21 of these. So these are both ultra rare. So the first 2 winners will receive these. The subsequent 10 winners will receive these NFTs in the order that they were selected. They were randomly selected. And we're doing this NFT giveaway announcement will be done on Christmas Eve at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I'm going to put all the details on Twitter on the pinned tweet with our new episode 5. And you'll have to do all these action items in order to be one of the 12 winners. So thank you very much and happy holidays. And I look forward to doing the next episode. And thank you guys. Love to all the Proton community. Thank you.